Hello everyone, myself Swathi.P from Sri Venkateshwara College of Engineering. So for today's video, my topic is non-conventional energy sources. Okay, so non-conventional energy sources, basically energy sources are divided into two types, that is the conventional energy sources and non-conventional energy sources. So let us see here conventional fuels are increasingly running out while non-conventional energy sources are becoming our future, because as we are going on using environment resources, it's going on becoming extinct, like there are reducing the energy sources. So non-conventional energy source plays an important role, and it has become a future. It has become a future for us. So where we can utilize the non-conventional energy sources. In order to run them, let us study more about non-conventional energy sources. Energy is a critical component of economic infrastructures, as it is the primary input required to support economic growth, economic development, and energy usage have a close relationship. The greater a country's per capita energy usage, the more developed it is, and vice versa. The more developed it is, the more energy usage per capita. Human civilization is reliant on variant of energy sources. In this article, we will discuss non-conventional sources of energy and the usage, disadvantages, and a few challenges, that is the disadvantages also. Okay, first, before going to non-conventional or conventional, let us discuss what is energy. Energy is nothing but work done. Something a work is done, matter of work done. So the term energy refers to capacity or ability to do work. So energy, whatever we are using the force to do any kind of work, we require energy. So kinetic energy, electrical energy, thermal energy, potential energy, chemical energy, nuclear energy. These are many types of energy that exist. All sources of energy are related to motion. That is, kinetic energy is nothing but it is a type of motion energy. For example, it is connected with any moving object or a body. So kinetic energy is basically nothing but it is the energy that has the moving object, like it's a moving energy force. Energy, according to the principles of conservation of energy, are the fundamental rule of thermodynamics, cannot be generated or destroyed. That is, energy can neither be created nor be destroyed, but can only be transformed from one form to another. That is, energy can only be transferred from one form to another. That is, we can see over here that kinetic energy is nothing but it is a motion of an object. Electrical energy is the electricity. Electricity energy. Okay, thermal is the heat energy, and potential energy is stagnant energy. That is, it is not moving, but it is a stagnant. That is, it does not move from one place to another. Chemical energy, we use the forms of chemicals. Nuclear energy, we use the chemicals. Make use of nuclear chemicals like by nuclear fission, fusion, so and so. Okay, the two primary sources of energy. So for today's topic is non-conventional energy. This is the main topic. So we also have to see what is conventional sources of energy. The sources of energy that are in use for long period of time by humans and once finished cannot be replaced quickly are called conventional sources of energy. That is, conventional energy sources are nothing but once it is used, it cannot be again replaced. So like we can even call it as it cannot be replaced. For example, coal. Coal is produced by burning of wood, and petroleum. They are derived from fossil fuels. Fossil fuels also the non-conventional energy sources of energy. Non-conventional sources of energy. The sources of energy that are continuously replenished in nature are widely available. They are called non-conventional because till now they are not used extensively in our daily life. These sources of energy also do not cause pollution. For example, solar energy from the sun, which is a natural form of energy that we get from the sun, which has many benefits like the heat, and we can then the wind energy from the winds, tidal energy from the tides, biogas, and so on. These are the few examples and natural sources of energy that is present in our earth, that is the sun, wind. From this we can utilize their energy resources and produce few sources that cannot cause pollution, and it is also advantageous to our human life. So the sun is the ultimate source of energy on our planet. As it is all known that sun is the ultimate source of energy on our planet, and all other examples that are mentioned above are obtained either directly or indirectly, like the wind, tides, biogas. Biogas may be obtained indirectly by human waste and other a few factory waste, anything. All these waste are produced and biomass energy is obtained. For example, the wind energy that we obtain from the winds are produced by unequal heating of two different regions of Earth's surface. So we know wind is produced by unequal heating of two different surfaces on the Earth, regions of the Earth. Thus, we can use these sources of energy till our Earth receives light from the sun, which is there for the next millions of years. This is also a reason why non-conventional sources of energy are called renewable sources of energy, because renewable sources can be, once we have used, we can be recycled, and non-renewable is that, but once it is used, it cannot be replaced and it cannot be recycled. So renewable energy is, and it is also renewed in nature. So these energies are called as renewable energy sources, and as it can be renewed in the nature. So non-conventional energy sources, also known as the renewable sources of energy, are energy sources that are continuously renewed by natural processes. Are not They are not quickly depleted and may be created at a consistent pace for repeated use. They cannot be depleted at a time, and they can be created in a consistent pace at for a repeated usage. Okay, these are the few examples of the non-conventional energy resources. As we can see here, we have tidal energy, which are obtained from the tides in the oceans, and wind energy, it is obtained by the wind. We install wind turbines which captures the wind, and it converts them into electrical energy, which is used for households. And solar energy is also it plays in today's world. Solar energy is going on increasing, and it has played an important role in many of the aspects. And nuclear energy, then biomass, all the human waste, geothermal energy, tidal, wind, solar, nuclear, biomass, and other natural resources, geothermal energy, are referred to as non-conventional resources because they are pollution-free. We can use them to generate clean energy with minimal waste. Okay, all this tidal energy, wind energy, solar energy, they do not cause pollution, and we can use them to generate constant resources without any minimal waste. Yes, so let us see few of the examples of non-conventional energies. So as we saw in the previous slides, that non-conventional energy, they are also called as renewable energy because they can be replaced, and they can be replaced, or they are or we can say as renewed process. That is, once we have used them, we can also recycle them to use for many other purposes. So it plays a very important and advantageous role for our human life, as in today's well, we are seeing that it has increased the pollution, and many other, it has started, there is a process that where the global warming is at a pace, and we have to stop all this. So non-conventional energy sources are the best solution we can see for the future. So let us see a few of the examples of non-conventional energy resources. The resources are nothing but the tidal energy, wind energy, solar energy, geothermal energy, nuclear energy, and tidal energy. So let us see what are tidal energy. So basically, what are tides? Tides are nothing but whenever there is a force of waves in the ocean, we produce a tides. It can be low tides and high tides. So from these tides, the tidal energy is produced. The tidal energy is the energy possessed by the rise and fall of water during high and low tides. So in tides, there are two types of tides, high and low tides, which are possessed by the rise and fall of the low and high tides. The tidal energy can be processed to electricity by building dams across the narrow openings of the sea. The tidal energy from the tides are obtained and used to generate electricity using a machine called tidal energy generator. So a machine that is used to generate an electricity is called as tidal energy generator. Tidal barrages or dams are built over a limited sea entrance. When the sea level rises, water pours onto the dam. This causes the turbine blades to rotate in a clock. This causes the turbine blades to rotate, which are connected to dam's entrance. To shift, as a consequence, power is generated. So tidal energy, tides are basically generated by the rise and the fall of the water on the tides. The tidal energy can be processed to electricity by building them. The main to generate electricity, we use tidal energy generator. So in this way, the power is generated whenever the turbines rotate due to the force of the tides. So next, let us see another energy resource, that is the biomass energy. Bio is nothing but life, which gives life. So mass is the we can even say matters and wastes of our day-to-day lives. The waste and the dead remains of living animals, plants is called biomass. What is biomass? It is dead waste of remains of living animals, plants is called biomass. They contain carbon components. The carbon components, the main important con, carbon compound is the methane, which plays an important role in biomass. So this form of energy, the chemical energy stored in them is called biomass energy. Okay, whatever waste of the dead remains of the plants and animals is there, and the form of chemical energy stored in them is called the biomass energy. This form of energy being used by humans from the very early age. Humans burn wood and cattle dung for cooking for a very long time and is continuing till this date. But this method is not very beneficial as it releases harmful gases into the atmosphere. A much more advanced and efficient use of biomass production of biogas is the biomass. The biogas is produced by decomposition of biomass in the absence of oxygen. Biogas contains nearly 60% of methane, and the rest is carbon dioxide, hydrogen, and hydrogen sulfide. Okay, biogas is basically is used contains biogas contains 60% of methane, carbon dioxide, hydrogen, and hydrogen sulfide. So here we can see a diagram of biogas, how it is generated, and here are the types of the biogas. So types of biomass, that is the waste wood, then crops, waste of the plants, that is dead plants, and the garbage waste, that is day-to-day garbage waste, landfill gas, alcohol fuels, whenever the waste parts of the alcohol when we are generated, those all these wastes are used to produce the biomass. Okay, first all these wastes are put into the a big combustion. Here the combustion, decomposition, reduction, and the gases, all this takes place in this boiler. There is a steam, and whatever the steam is done, it is passed on to the turbines which are installed. These turbines rotate as the steam due to the force of the steam. When these turbines are rotating, they pass through a generator which converts into the electrical energy and which can be used for our daily life. Yes, so next one is the wind energy. Wind energy is always familiar to us as we see wind turbines. The energy obtained from the wind is called wind energy. The wind contains kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is nothing but the moving of an object, the movement of any object, that is the which can use to harness energy by converting it to mechanical energy by the use of windmill. Although wind energy has been used by us for a long time, it was used in propelling the sails of the ship in the ancient times. Okay, in ancient times, we used to use for propelling the sails, and as they had seen the wind, it was propelling. We are using it till nowadays for converting the mechanical energy to mechanical energy. So here we can see the windmills and the wind farms, and this is a wind turbine. Whenever there is a flow of wind, these turbines rotate, and when they rotate, they go into the inverter, which then electricity generation is done in this, and then it is transferred to transformers where we get the electricity. So in the next slide, we have okay. Let us see few of the advantages and challenges of the non-conventional energy sources. So advantages, it has a lots of advantages because it is basically useful for us in future, and it should only be used in future to reduce the pollution rate. So it no fuel cost, pollution free and eco-friendly and simple design. No fuel cost. It means that renewable energy resources provide energy continuously. So at negligible fuel cost, and hence they are cheap source of energy, which makes them favorable over other sources of energy. Pollution free and eco-friendly. These non-conventional energy resources are pollution free and hence are eco-friendly. This is one of the best thing to be considered in this age of global warming. Pollution free, as we had discussed, global warming is at a pace, and there are melting of the Antarctic regions. Glaciers have been from landfills. Many of the disasters are happening, and to reduce this, we have to reduce the pollution. So by using non-conventional resources, we can reduce the pollution, and it is an eco-friendly also. Simple design, renewable energy resources sources have simple plant design and hence easy to operate. No specialized workforce is required in these plants. Okay, non-conventional resources challenges. Okay, high initial cost. Okay, they require lots of cost to installation because wind, as we have seen, for example, in wind energy, to construct the wind energy, though we see it as we require a lots of cost. So although running cost and maintenance cost of these plants is very low, but installation cost, yeah, installation cost for these plants is very high, which is a major disadvantage of these plants. Low energy density. Low energy density is another problem these plants have. Energy per unit area is small in these plants, which makes them big in size, and hence large area is required to install them. Seasonal. These sources are seasonal in nature, like solar energy is not available throughout, and the rain winter days. Hydro energy is not available in dry days, so it is a seasonal. So these are the challenges that we have to face, and we have to overcome the problem and find a solution for this. So in today's class, in today's video we have seen the non-conventional energy sources and few of their resources like wind energy, tidal energy, biomass energy, how they are developed, and few of the challenges, advantages. We have even seen the water conventional, non-conventional. So basic non-conventional is the renewable energy sources which can be recycled and renewed. So let us use the non-conventional resources to stop the pollution and have a good life. So thank you. Have a nice day.